Don't miss the awesome Naruto stories my sister creates. Her last channel was hacked, so to stay in the loop, please subscribe to her new channel. It would mean a lot to her, and you won't regret it. Hello to all lovers of lemon scenes. I invite you all to my boosty so you can watch your favorite Naruto What If stories in complete comfort. A subscription to Naruto Lemon, the first video with a full lemon, is already on my boosty channel. Dare! After Naruto was born, he was left near the orphanage. In the orphanage, they hated him and no one taught him or helped him at all, but this did not bother him. He was a genius. At 9 months he could walk, at 11 he could run, at the age of 1 he spoke clearly, at 1 year and he spent 2 months reading and writing. He was sometimes kicked out onto the street, but he was looking for something to do, and he found a place where he could sit quietly and peacefully. And this was the library. The librarian knew about the blonde, but he didn't blame him and didn't treat him badly. He looked like Hayashi in Naruto, but only with brown eyes and a gray beard. Flashback. Librarian B. Hello kid, what are you doing here? The old man asked the boy. Naruto, hello. I was just walking and came here. This is a library, after all, the blonde asked, embarrassed. B. Yes, what are you doing? Were you looking for? Naruto, yes. I'm interested in shinobi and I would like to read a book about them. Can I read it? B. Yes, you can. But first you need to make a card to read at home or stay overnight. Naruto was delighted. Because he was not treated as a killer or a demon, but as an ordinary boy. Naruto, how can I do this? Asked the question, all beaming. B. I can do it. You just need to say your first name, last name and age, and I'll fill in everything else myself, the old man answered, smiling at the boy without understanding. Naruto, thank you. My name is Naruto and there are no last names. I am from an orphanage and I didn't know who my parents were. And I'm only 2.5 years old. The librarian was shocked by this. Some boy whom everyone hates comes to the library when he is not even 3 years old. This simply shocked the old man. Be in his thoughts, I may see a genius that no one has seen. This is simply amazing. Why do they hate him? They just get rid of a genius. B. Okay Naruto, I'll sign you up, and when your last name appears, I'll write it down here. Naruto, okay. Thank you B. My name is Hato. Naruto, thank you Hato-san, the guy said and bowed. The old man was surprised at this. Hato in his thoughts, he's also polite. Oh, it's a pity a difficult path awaits him. But this path may change him life and the lives of others. Naruto, where can I get books? Hato, huh? Straight ahead and to the right you will see several styles and everything there is about shinobi. Naruto thanked the old man and left to get his books. And he began to read the history of shinobi. End flashback. For 2 months he rarely appeared at the shelter. He didn't have much contact with anyone, only the librarian and the old man Tucci and his daughter Ayam. He met them after Naruto was not fed. Flashback. The blonde wandered the streets until he smelled a delicious dish. Naruto, hello, greeted the blonde. Old man, hello kid, answered the old man. Naruto, can I have a menu? Old man, of course, and the old man gave him the menu with food and smiled. Then he asks a question. Old man, where are your parents? Naruto became sad and answered depressed. Naruto, I don't have parents. I live in an orphanage and they rarely feed me there, the blonde answered. Afterwards, the old man also became sad and said. Old man, sorry. I'm sorry. Naruto, none of this is your fault, answered the blonde. Old man, okay. Since this is your first time here, then the order is at the expense of the establishment. Then Naruto began to rejoice and cheer up. And the old man also cheered up. Old man, what's your name? Naruto, my name is Naruto. What about you? Old man, I am Tucci. And my daughter is Ayam. Naruto, nice to meet Tuchi-san and I am Chan. And I would like 2 large portions of ramen with narutomaki and pork. End flashback. One day in Ichiraku. After ordering 2 servings, the food was ready in 5 minutes. Having tasted it, Naruto devoured the ramen. After 5 minutes, the first plate was empty and 4 more and the second was also empty. Naruto talked with them until the evening. And he went to the shelter, but it wasn't. They just grabbed him by the collar, carried him into an alley and started beating him. After the first blow to the head, he passed out and then it started. After the hit, Naruto passed out and almost fell, but then it was as if he had been replaced. His eyes were lifeless and a mark in the shape of a flame appeared on his left forehead. And then with quick movements he began to hit exactly in the weak spots of the one who hit, and he passed out with blood in ortu. And Naruto began to run somewhere and fell unconscious. In the subconscious. Naruto's thoughts, where am I? What happened? The last thing I remember is that guy hit me in the head. Then he began to look around. There were pipes everywhere, and water was flowing from below. It looked like a sewer. And the blonde walked further along the corridor. Coming out into the large hall, he saw a cage, and on it was a piece of paper with the inscription, seal. Here demonic eyes appear. The brat came for my power, said someone unknown. Naruto didn't understand who it was, but he smelled hatred. Tanjiro's ability. Naruto, sorry for bothering you. I didn't come here for power. I ended up here by accident. He answered, looking as if he was looking for something. Are you not afraid of me, you pathetic man? Asked the unknown question. Naruto, why should I be afraid of you? You haven't done anything, so I'm not afraid or hate you. Who are you? And then the Spanish fox with 9 tails appears and begins to growl. I myself am the 9-tailed demon fox Kyubi no Yoko. Naruto, wow. Is it really Kyubi no Yuka himself standing in front of me? Naruto said in disbelief. This made Kyubi stunned. Some kid is not afraid of the one who destroyed the floor villages, but on the contrary admires. Naruto, what is your name? After all, Kyubi is not a real name. People gave it to you. And so I wanted to know what your name is. And then Kyubi remembered the words of his father, my children, one day a child of prophecy will appear and save this world. And then Kyubi began. Kyubi, are you sure you want to know the name of the one because of whom they hate you and because of whom you lost your parents and childhood? Said the fox, and then Naruto looked down and answered after 10 seconds. Naruto, it's not your fault, maybe you wanted to leave or were controlled by you. And the residents themselves don't understand who to be afraid of. And by the way, you never said your name. Kyubi, why do you need my name? Naruto, I want to make friends with you. Kyubi, and why? The fox asked a question and then Naruto points to his nose and says. Naruto, I feel what you feel, and as I understand it is anger, sadness, hope and desire. And as I understand the desire to be free. Kyubi stood with his mouth open and after walking for 15 seconds he said. Kyubi, you have proven that you are the child from the prophecy and my name is Kurama. Naruto, child of prophecy? Everyone says that this is Menma, the son of the Hokage. Kurama, frogs with your predictions. Listen, you need to train and save the world. And then steps were heard on the water, and both looked to where the sounds were coming from. Naruto, who are you? Hello, my name is Yorichi Tsujikuni. Naruto, what are you doing in my subconscious? And who are you? Yorichi, I am sealed in you like Kurama. I am the creator of the breathing style. Kurama, breathing, and what a style. Yorichi, this is a style of fighting with a katana. There are several styles. Originally there was the sun breath, due to the fact that no one else could wield this breath, I created several water breath suitable for any situation. It can change the style of attack like water. Breath of thunder, fast and accurate attacks of one technique are enough to be strong. KRCH I won't bother, watch the anime The Blade That Cleaves Demons, or read the manga. And the last and main breath of the sun or dance of the god of fire combines all styles into one and moves like a dance. And we will start your training tomorrow. Kurama and Naruto's jaws dropped from his story. Naruto, where do we start? Naruto, where do we start? Yorichi, we will teach all the breaths, each breath in different ways, in different areas, and we will study for 2 to 3 months. It will take about 2.5 years. It will be a difficult path. Naruto, what are we going to do with chakra? Yorichi, I don't own it, you have to find it yourself. Yorichi, okay, I just don't own it. It looks like my soul came from another world. I was sealed by someone, it looks like a demon, in one hand there was a tanto and in the other some kind of beads. Kurama, it was the Shinigami god of death. He probably saw Naruto as the one who would save the world. Yorichi, I see. And I want to tell you Naruto who your parents are. This made Naruto stand in a stupor. He will now find out who his parents are. And he asked. Naruto, who are they? Then Kurama intervened. Kurama, do you think it would be right to tell him who his parents are? Otherwise he might take a different path. Yorichi, he must accept reality and make his choice. So Naruto, your parents are Minato Namikaze and Kushina Uzumaki. Kurama, how do you know about them? Yorichi, unlike you, I know how Naruto lived and I learned some information. And by the way, you a gift, he gave the katana. This katana is not just that, it can change its shape to use different breaths. Naruto, but we are in my subconscious and it won't appear in real life. Naruto realized that he was in the subconscious after he saw Kurama. Yorichi, don't worry about it, she will appear near you and now you need to wake up in the morning. After which Naruto began to wake up and there was that katana next to him and he turned it into a bracelet. He assumed this and in practice it worked, and he went to the mountain forest on the orders of Yorichi. It was very cold in the mountain and it was difficult to breathe due to the fact that today end of autumn. Naruto began his training by running in the forest while dodging branches. He trained until night and began to have a hearty dinner because tomorrow is a hard day. While sleeping, Yorichi took control of the blonde's body and made traps. Morning. Naruto woke up and washed himself near the river. Although the water was icy, he was told to jump the waterfall to merge with the water. Naruto did so. He understood that he needed strength. And he was only 3. Time skipped 2 years. Naruto has completely changed in terms of appearance and character. He looks like he's 10 even though he's 5. During training, he was on an assassination mission or something similar. For money and clothes. He's dressed almost in Japanese style. With a kimono top with black and red checkered patterns, black pants and a mesh t-shirt, and he's wearing a sweatshirt crimson in color. He wore black shinobi sandals. He dyed his hair black and made himself a ponytail like Yorichi. Hokage family. Children of the Hokage Menma and Ayumi Uzumaki/Namikaze. They grew up spoiled and were always friends only with the children of the clan heads. Menma was believed that he was a child of prophecy according to Jiraiya. Although this is not so, Menma always boasted of his father's title and sometimes made threats. And many thought that he was a genius because of the words of the hermit toads. Ayum was also like Menma. The Hokage came home at night and left after breakfast. After they found out that the Jinchuriki was missing, he didn't care. On the contrary, he was happy. Kushina spoiled her children and went to her friend Makoto many times. Now Naruto. Abilities. During training under a waterfall, he felt chakra. And after he controlled the chakra freely, he directed it to his katana. And when using this or that breath, the same chakra was used except for some, it simply surprised him. These elements are earth, water, fire, lightning, air and Kekkei Genkai of light. After difficult training, Naruto decided to return to the village and live there. Fortunately, he had enough money because of his work as a mercenary. And here he is near the gate and is met by the eternal gate guards Izuma and Kotetsu. Izuma, wait. Who's coming? Naruto Yorichi, my name is Yorichi Tsujakuni. Flashback. Yorichi, Naruto, I will soon disappear. Shinigami told me so during sleep and you need to return to the village to continue your training in mastering chakra and find close friends and comrades. Naruto embraced Yorichi with tears. After all, he replaced his father and he replaced his son with whom he did not communicate because of saving the world. Naruto understood that this was not his world and he needed peace and Noah, so it was not too hard for him. He showed his emotions only for him and Kurama. Naruto, I understand everything and wait for me in that world. I will definitely surpass you in everything. But I can't live with my name in the village, otherwise there will be a lot of worries. Yorichi, you can take my name. You are now officially Tsujikuni. After all, you are like a son to me. Naruto, and you are like a father to me. He said and hugged him again with tears and did not want to lose him. Yorichi, the time has come, I taught you everything I knew. And the god of death appears near Yorichi. Shinigami, good luck to you Naruto Tsujikuni, said the god of death and they disappeared. Naruto stood there for 5 minutes and then the fox started. Kurama, don't be sad, you need to continue your journey. He wanted the best. He believed in you, he believed in your strength and he believed in your future. Naruto, thank you Ku. It's good that I have you. My best and closest friend, he said, wiping tears from his eyes. End flashback. Kotetsu, purpose of arrival. Yorichi, my parents died in the water village and before my father died, he touched my forehead and I ended up near your village. He said if he dies then I should go to Konoha and become a shinobi of this village. Kotetsu, how old are you? Naruto, I'm 5 years old. At the end of September I'll be 6. Kotetsu, I see. Follow me, I will take you to the Hokage. And they went to the residence. Minato was sitting in his office, all tired, as if he had not slept at all. And suddenly, Minato knocked on the door, come in, and the door was opened by a brunette who looked 10 years old. Yorichi, hello Hokage-sama, as he said, looking at the state of the Hokage and out of hatred towards him. Minato, hello. The purpose of arrival and your name, even though there is a child standing in front of him, although he looks like a 10-year-old, you need to treat strangers with respect. Naruto, my name is Yorichi. I came to the village to become a shinobi and I would like to buy myself a house. Minato, where are your parents and where did you get the money? Yorichi, my mother died during childbirth and my father raised me and died 2 days ago. Before he died, he gave me money and sent me here, he said the fictitious story with a cold look and voice. The blonde felt uncomfortable with his words and got goosebumps all over his body. For the coldness of the child. Minato, I'm sorry, but I can't give you a house because your age doesn't allow it. Yorichi, I understand everything, you can write it down with the name of my father Kokoshibo Tsujikuni, he named the name of Yorichi's brother from his stories. Although he was also a demon. Minato, okay. Fill out these forms. After filling out the forms, he bought a house and paid. He didn't know where to go, and the Hokage called an umbu in a dog mask. Yorichi realized who it was and asked on the way. Yorichi, you are the copy ninja Kakashi or Kakashi Hatake, the son of the White Fang. This left the umbu in a stupor. One of the strangers found out who he was, although he did not hide it very well. Kakashi, how did you know? Yorichi, you didn't really hide it, you have white hair and your left eye is closed. Because of this, I assumed it was you. You are in the bingo book. My father was a mercenary and I read the book and recognized you. I would like to ask you something. Kakashi, what? Yorichi, can you teach me ninjutsu? I know the theory, Tai, Ken, Bukenjutsu at a high level, but I was not taught to use chakra and I was advised to find a good teacher. Kakashi, I'm interested in you. Okay, I'll train you. Yorichi, have you awakened your chakra hearth yet? Yorichi, during training, I accidentally awakened chakra, but my father did not begin to teach me chakra control. Kakashi, I see, tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning at Training Ground 4. Yorichi, thank you for your help, and so they reached the new house. He bought a small one-story house. But that was enough for him. Between the living room and the kitchen there was an open space, although it blocked the way, like a bar table. 3 doors led from the hall, the first to the restroom. The second one is in the bathroom, and the third one is in the bedroom. The bedroom had a large closet, a double bed and a nightstand. From the bedroom there was an entrance to a personal bathroom. Yorichi sorted out his things and went to buy groceries, even though it was getting dark. He always carried a katana because of his distrust of people. After the purchase, he saw 4 people running from the clan building. One of them had a bag who was twitching. He realized that this was a kidnapping and followed them. Having caught up with them, he stood in front of them. 1 Jonin, who are you, little guy? Go away. Otherwise it will be bad. 2 Jonin, he saw us, we need to kill him, otherwise there will be problems. 3 Jonin, I agree. And here they are preparing for battle. They did not want to fail the task and they did not underestimate him and stood on guard. Yorichi stood in a stance and said, breath of thunder, first kata, with his eyes closed, and everywhere the air seemed to become heavy and it became difficult to breathe and move. Yorichi opens his eyes and lightning began to strike everywhere and said, roll, and in a second he cut off all the Jounin's heads. No one understood what happened, as if he had disappeared in a clap of thunder. Many would have thought that it was hydration, but no, Naruto improved everything to such an ideal that no one would understand, and he was faster than hydration. He went to the corpse with a bag. Having opened the bag, he saw a little girl with a Byakugan. And she wanted to see her savior, but the mask didn't let him. Yes, Naruto began to wear a mask because he is known for different names. Sorian did not say, she seemed to have fallen in love and really wanted to see his face. But then she passed out. Naruto went to the clan courtyard and left her near the gate. Then the guards came, having learned that the daughter of the head of the clan had been stolen, but after they saw the bag in which the girl was lying. After they saw the bag in which the girl was lying and recognized her as the one who had disappeared, everyone calmed down. Morning 10 a.m. at range 4. Yorichi was waiting for his sensei, but without waiting he began to warm up and practice. 40 laps near the training ground, 500 push-ups, squats and abs with 50 kilograms weights for each part of the body. An hour and a half passed and during this time he finished Kakashi. Kakashi Hatake is still funny why names are voiced like that. Naruto was all exactly why he was late because he knew why he was late. Kakashi, yo. Sorry for being late, a black cat ran across the road. From such words Yorichi was upset and thought. Yorichi in his mind, and what is he doing in Umbu? Or is he lying? Yorichi, nothing, I just finished physical exercises. So where do we start? Kakashi, we'll start improving your chakra control. Since this is your first exercise. Yorichi, how is that? Asked the brunette. Kakashi, and so, said the son of the white fawn, climbing up the tree. He was surprised at this, but didn't let it show. Then Kakashi continued, you need to concentrate chakra in your legs, if there is too much, the tree will break, if not enough, you will fall. After his words, Yorichi began to get up. On the first try, he accidentally broke the tree. From this, the one-eyed man's eyes widened in surprise, and the tree was thick. After the second attempt, the brunette was able to walk easily, as if he always walks like this. After such a picture, Kakashi's eyes are even wider. Eyes widened. Kakashi, didn't anyone tell you that you are a genius who was never born? He asked a question. Yorichi, many said it. Those who saw the real me. Kakashi, I see, Kakashi said and said, take off your clothes. Yorichi, for what? In his thoughts, is he a pervert? Kakashi, for the next training on walking on water, he said. The brunette was surprised again, but didn't let it show. Kakashi showed and said, it's like wood, but you have to constantly give chakra to your feet. Yorichi began to walk on the water. The first step he fell, but after the second attempt he began to walk easily. Kakashi, well done Yorichi, now let's start sparring on the water. And Kakashi began to approach Yorichi. The fight began, the one-eyed one immediately closed the distance between them. What a surprise it was that a 5 to 6-year-old child easily dominates Umbu. Then he opened his Sharingan, but it did not help at all, as if it worsened the situation. Yorichi began to beat Kakashi as if he were a child, not an Umbu. After 5 minutes, the gray-haired man gave up and fell under the water. Yorichi picked him up and took him to the shore. Half an hour passed and Kakashi woke up. Yorichi, everything is fine with you, sensei? Asked the Jinchuriki. Kakashi, yes, everything is fine. Who taught you? Yorichi, my deceased father. He was not a shinobi, but a mercenary. Although he did not use chakra, because of this no one took him seriously, and they paid for it. He was not famous, but he was strong. He trained me from the age of 3, and this training was not for a child. I passed out every time after 3 months. I got used to it and it became easier and easier for me, as if I had broken something, although every month the training was more difficult. Kakashi, how was your childhood? Yorichi, the whole village hated me and I got used to it, but I found a friend, his name is Kurama. I showed emotions only to those close to me because of my distrust of others. And I was right, they killed my loved ones. Kakashi, I see, I'm sorry, and there was deathly silence. After 5 minutes, the brunette interrupted the silence. Yorichi, shall we continue? Time skipped 2 years. During this time, he learned many techniques and began to see not only the insides of people, but also chakra with channels. He stole scrolls with forbidden techniques. He knows shadow cloning at a high level. It was strange that the clone did not convey great fatigue. Hiration, and all that new elite Umbu from academy techniques to techniques above S rank. Yorichi has all 5 elements and sage chakra. Kurama noticed this and... Flashback. Kurama, Naruto. Go down to the subconscious. Yorichi, Kurama wanted something. Kurama, I feel the chakra of your father. Yorichi, father? Kurama, the sage of the 6 paths or the also famous Rikudo Sanin. Yorichi, and what does that mean? Kurama, you will be able to do several techniques that only the sage of the 6 paths himself can do and you can awaken the eyes of the god. Yorichi, cool. When will we start training? Kurama, tomorrow. End flashback. This is how he awakened the Chokotomo Rinnegan, used 3 of 6 paths, summoning, gravity, absorb chakra, could create good Adama by combining all 5 verses, Inyatan, as well as Rikudo's chakra. Tai, stronger than Kage. Nin, stronger than Kage. Ken, stronger than Samurai Masters. Bukin, stronger than Uchiha. Gen, high. Irionin, high level. And he can also use all the abilities of Mangyokyo. He knows all the secret and ordinary techniques of Hyuga. Morning has come. Umbu Yorichi is knocking on Naruto's house. What do you want, Kakashi? He asked sleepily. He had been training all night. Kakashi, call me dog now, I'm at work. Yorichi, okay dog, what did Kakashi want? Here's a letter from the Hokage. He gave the letter and Yorichi, after reading the letter, said. Yorichi, seriously, why do I need this? Kakashi Academy, to become a genin and continue my shinobi career. Yorichi, is it possible to take the exam right away? Kakashi, I'll say a word to the Hokage for you and ask you to join the Umbu. Yorichi, okay, at least an Umbu. Then I'll go with you. Kakashi, Lada. And Naruto changed clothes and took his katana and they went to the residence. Minato's POV. I sat and worked with documents. Why are there so many of them? I understand that the academy has just started, but this is too much. And then someone knocks on the door early in the morning. End POV Minato. Yorichi and Kakashi, hello Hoke. Minato, hello dog and Yorichi. Are you here about the academy? Yorichi, no, I would like to join ANBU. Minato, you're only 8 and you want to be an Umbu? Kakashi, Hokage-sama Yorichi is not that weak in appearance. He is perhaps even stronger than you. Minato was shocked by this. His student says that some boy is stronger than him. Minato, let's check the frets then. Let's spar near the 10th training ground. Yorichi, hi. What time? Minato, in 15 minutes. And then they disappeared into the Shunshin. Yellow Lightning was shocked by this, although he did not believe that he was stronger than him. Naruto did not want to show what he was capable of and used the Shunshin. At the training ground. Yellow Lightning and the owner of all breathing styles stand against each other. And Kakashi is the judge. Kakashi gave the go-ahead, and the Yellow Lightning closed the distance first and tried to hit with only a centimeter left, but Yorichi sent him 10 meters away with a quick kick to the solar plexus. Minato was shocked by his speed and began to use techniques. He threw a kunai with the seal of the god of thunder, but he simply deftly took the kunai and threw it to the owner, and he used the Hiration, a little more he would have died. The blonde takes several kunai and all of them with the seal of the god of thunder, and throws them around the training ground. Having created a clone, he sent them forward and he prepared the Rasengan to attack from behind. And so he began to act on his plan for another 5 seconds and he would have won. But the brunette said, "Yorichi, breathing water 11th style, calm, they all seemed to be above the sea." It seemed to everyone that he was just standing, but this was not so. All the clones began to evaporate and the Hokage himself began to receive significant wounds and flew away. No one understood what it was and Minato was lying in the crater that he himself had made with his Rasengan and was all wounded. He stood up, but the brunette's katana sparkled near his neck. "Kakashi, Powinner Yorichi," he said, barely breathing and in a state of shock. "Minato, you're accepted." After saying this, he passed out. He was taken to the hospital where his wounds were treated. Yorichi's POV, Naruto. 2 days have passed since the victory. The Hokage just woke up. This is not too long for him. Then I went to the Umbu base to get my uniform and tattoo. Yorichi, hello, I came to get my Umbu uniform, here are the documents. Umbu, okay, follow me. After that they gave me a tattoo and gave me a uniform. I went for a mask and saw a fox mask, https://cs9.pykbu./post_ig_OG_1568307543281486289.jpg, that I took this mask and they gave me the call sign of my mask. Then I went to the Hokage. End POV Yorichi. Hokage's office. There were 4 people in the office: Hokage Minato Namikaze himself, wife Kushina Uzumaki, son Menma Namikaze and daughter Ayumi Uzumaki. Menma looked like Naruto in canon, only he had a hairstyle like Minato. And Ayumi looks just like Kushina as a child, only her clothes are orange. Kushina, you're like Minato. Better rest at home, otherwise you've been unconscious for 2 days. Minato, don't worry Kushina. I'm fine and at least I rested. Menma, dad when are you going to train me as Hirashina? Minato, when you enter the academy. Knock on the door. Minato, come in. Yorichi, hello Hokage-sama. I apologize for that incident. Minato, no, it's not your fault. Ayumi, who are you? Yorichi said with arrogance, I don't have to tell you who I am, the blonde snapped in a calm, cold voice. Hokage myself, I want to take on the mission. Menma, hey you. You didn't answer the question on the Hokage's daughter. Yorichi, since you are his family, I won't say who I am. Such arrogant people don't need to know my name. Menma, how dare you? I am the child of prophecy and you must bow to me. Yorichi, I don't care who. So give me the mission. And then Menma couldn't stand it and ran to the brunette. Yorichi, if you don't stop him, I'll cut off his hands. The older blonde heard and stopped his son. He understood that his strength was not enough to win him and he simply knocked out Menma. Yorichi, don't waste my time. Minato, Lada near the border found one of the swordsmen of the fog. Mission A rank so it will be easy. Yorichi, hi, he said and disappeared. It was as if Ayumi's heart skipped a beat and she didn't understand what this feeling was and wanted to see his face. A few hours later, he arrived at that place, but there was not one swordsman of the fog, but 3, Mengetsu Hozuki, the owner of the Samihad sword, Raiga Kurasuki, the owner of 2 Kiboi swords, and Kushimaru Kuriere, the owner of Nuabari, and several shinobi of Chunin rank. Kushimaru, look who came, a boy in Umbu uniform. How old are you? 5? Go mommy, and then everyone laughed. Then the Chunin ran towards him and the last words they heard were Yorichi, breathing water 3rd style, dance of the fleeting stream. Everyone saw waves that cut off the heads of everyone who ran towards him. Only 3 of the 7 swordsmen of the fog remained. Raiga, kid, he's not bad, he said with sweat on his forehead. Because of fear. How an Umbu who looks 10 killed 20 Chunin so easily in 2 seconds. Even he himself couldn't kill them all in that time. And then an Umbu appears in front of him. And his whole life flashed before his eyes and he regretted that he lived like this, but it's too late to regret. Yorichi, breath of the beast, the third fang, cut and absorb, and then the umbu appeared 2 katanas in which the blades were like the fangs of the beast. The donated sword can change shape and quantity to a maximum of 3, and 2 clenches passed on both sides of the neck and the head fell. Mangetsu took a defensive position and was preparing to strike, and Kushimaru was preparing to run because he knew that there was no chance. The umbu ran towards Mangetsu. Yorichi, snake breath second style, poisonous snake fangs, and the new katana changed into a strange blade with wavy angles and an attack like a snake. At high speed it goes behind the enemy's back and quickly cuts off his head. Then he looked towards Kushimaru who was running towards the camp fog through the forest. The umbu ran after him. He had only 3 meters left and he stood in a stance and said, breath of thunder, the first kata, thunderclap, 6 bends, and, bouncing off 6 trees, he delivers a direct blow to the neck with a katana and chops off the 3rd member of the 7 swordsmen fog. Before he left, he sealed their swords and simply buried them. During the murder, he smelled the smell of grief and regret. KRCH Tanjiro No. 2. Yorichi's POV. When I returned, I said that I had completed an assassination mission and said that I had killed 20 nuke-nin of the Chonin rank and Kushimaru courier. Then I gave the sword itself. And they gave me a mission of rank S. I didn't talk about those 2, I left their swords for myself in case they came in handy. 2 months passed, during which time I completed only missions from A to above S rank. I was easily able to complete missions. I completed them with and without a team, and I was given the rank of umbu captain, although I didn't want to. Today I came for missions. End POV. Knock on the door of Hokage. Minato's office, come in. Yorichi, hello Hokage-sama. Minato, oh, you're the fox I need. There were 5 people in the office, the Hokage himself, the daimyo, her daughter Ari and 2 daimyo guards. Yorichi, what do you want? Minato, mission for you. Protecting the daimyo's daughter. Daimyo, what? Do you want to give my daughter to some weakling? Minato, daimyo-sama, this umbu is stronger in every way. Daimyo, even stronger than you? Asked the daimyo in surprise. Minato, no. We can say on equal terms, said the blonde, embarrassed from shame. To be continued. Yorichi, of course we're on equal terms, he said calmly. Clenching his fist. Minato noticed this and swallowed. Daimyo, can you show your face? Yorichi asked a question. Sorry, but no. If I show my face to strangers, I'll leave, umbu. Daimyo, okay, it's time for us to go to the hotel. Goodbye Hokage-sama. Yorichi and Minato, goodbye daimyo-sama. After they left, the air began to vibrate. Minato turned towards the forest and saw that he was holding his katana. He got scared and said. Minato, sorry, I just didn't want to embarrass myself. After that the brunette calmed down. Yorichi, so what do I want in this charade? Minato, you're right as always. Yorichi, when? Minato, opening after tomorrow. Come at 9 a.m. Yorichi, hi, in my mind. I'll come at 9:30. And he disappeared. 1 day later. At the entrance of the Sharaga 9:30. POV Yorichi. Hokage finished his presentation and began to gather students. I ended up in a clan group. No surprise. In the group. As per canon, plus Satsuki Uchiha, Sasuke's sister, Mina Senju, Tsunade's daughter, Hanabi Hyuga, she is Hinata's twin sister and it was she who was stolen that night, and Ayumi became less arrogant because of Yorichi's words, with Menmoi. I went in first to sit in the back desk and fall asleep. When everyone arrived, the teacher began to introduce himself and called the others. Of course, I didn't listen to anyone. And it was my turn. Yorichi, my name is Yorichi and that's it. After that I wanted to leave and someone started yell. Bastard, I should have worn earplugs. Menma, hey, you're wearing a mask. Stop pretending to be cool. You're in front of the Hokage's son and the child of the prophecy. Yorichi, I don't care. Ayumi seemed to have flashbacks and she thought that it was he who was wearing the mask. And Hanabi remembered him by chakra and wanted to sit next to him. Menma got angry at this and wanted to hit him, but he couldn't move. No one understood why Menma stood still. No one noticed the senbons, and Yorichi quietly took them and moved on. Irika wanted to help him, but before reaching him, Menma began to move and fell on teachers. Everyone in the class laughed. And Yorichi sat down. The teacher said that there would be no lessons and everyone could go home. I disappeared to put on my Umbu uniform and then started following Ari. And so 2 years passed. I sent the clone to the academy. And I watched Ari from the roof of the building. And now we have a vacation tomorrow. During all this time, the fox was just laughing in my subconscious. It was strange, and the strange thing was that when half the girls looked at me and turned away blushing. Perhaps they fell in love. I went for a task to the Hokage and he gave me to find 2 of the Hokage's nieces. I was shocked that he had a brother or sister. I went carry out the mission. On the way, I was attacked by Nukanins, but I killed them in a second, as if I were leaving corpses behind me. I felt sorry for them. Some had to leave and some needed money. It seems they pay well for Umbu, or I'm in the bingo books. Ah, I should buy it. Otherwise I don't want to live with an Umbu's salary. No, Umbu's salary is good, but I need more money to create my own clan. Yorichi, Breath of Love 3rd Style, Hail of Cute Cats. Having made a jump, I began a series of attacks, cutting off everyone's heads and landed. Toad Sage, call me Jiraiya. Half an hour later the Sannin came. Jirai, called the sage. Toad Sage, who are you? Jiraiya, it's me, Jiraiya. Toad Sage, and is it you? I called you to tell you about the child of prophecy who will save this world from another self, and then there was deathly silence. The child of prophecy will be born with eyes as blue as the sky and hair the color of the sun. You teach him only one technique, and that is the summoning technique. His summons will be the dragons themselves with golden and impenetrable scales. Jiraiya, I understand you. End. In short, Menma was born on the same day as Naruto and they were similar, only Menma did not have a scar in 2 places on his face that looked like a tendril. Naruto found a way to fix this and put a seal on Kurama so that his chakra would not be seen, and because of the fact that in Naruto they sealed Kurama, they didn't think it was him and left him near the orphanage. It's all the parents' fault. After landing, I approached 2 twins. Yorichi, how are you? I asked the frightened girls. We're okay, just a scratch and bruises, she said in a tired voice. Yorichi, I see you are tired. Then I will heal your wounds, he said, starting to heal with the radiance from his hand. Many have a green radiance, but for some reason the brunette's is golden. Who are you? Asked the second wounded woman. Yorichi, I'm a fox. What's your name? My name is Namikaze Mayumi. And I'm Miyuki. You didn't say who you are, just your call sign. Yorichi, I am an Umbu of Konoha. And I cannot say who I am. Miyuki, okay. So what should we do? Yorichi, I will carry you on my back until we reach the village, then we will go to the Hokage. All clear? Mayumi and Miyuki, yes, then they went to the village. Having reached the Hokage's office, they knocked. All, hello Hokage-sama. Minato, greetings. I am Minato Namikaze, your uncle. Mayumi, our uncle? Since our uncle is Hokage, why didn't the Hokage help Mayumi's parents? Miyuki, why didn't Minato come to save us himself, but sent Fox to help? If Fox had been 30 minutes late, it would have been bad for Mayumi and Miyuki, they said with tears in their eyes. They will say that. Many people like it? If not, then I will change. Minato, I only found out about you this morning. I didn't think that my brother was alive. I'm sorry. But I can't go save someone at the border. I have a lot to do. Miyuki, father said it right. You only think about your own loved ones, and no one else. Mayumi, how did a person like you become Hokage? After such words, the blonde appeared near them and wanted to give him a tasty shapalak, but Yorichi caught his hand. Yorichi, Hokage-sama, it's better not to do this. After the words, he looked at the blonde with a menacing look. After that, Minato calmed down. A month has passed since that day. Miyuki and Mayumi began their studies at the academy and lived next to Yorichi. He was not surprised by this, he knew that he would have to protect them too. In academy. We came to the academy. Ari and the twins began to be friends with them. She liked the way they talked, as if they were little sisters. The twins found out that Yorichi was a fox, but they didn't let it show. They understood that he couldn't talk or discuss about the fact that he was in AN. BUN today practice begins at the academy. Almost half the class of girls gathered around Yorichi. He helped or saved everyone. And the fox kept laughing and laughing. Yorichi realized that he was in trouble and he began to think about making grief, because for so many fans. Menma, hey, what are you doing near this without a clan member? He's alone, without parents or loved ones. Satsuki, you're wrong. He has a loved one and it's me, she said, pointing to herself. Everyone, no, everyone shouted, and almost started a fight. But the brunette stopped them. Yorichi, you are all close to me. It doesn't matter in what relation we are, but we are always together and will not let each other be offended. From such words everyone melted. Then the teacher came into the class. Irika, so children. Today we have practice, and now everyone is in the academy yard. Many children were happy and began to follow the teachers, and Yorichi stood up and immediately appeared at the appointed place. Everyone was surprised, but no one wanted to ask because of arrogance and for shyness. We began to throwing weapons. Many without a clan threw 4, 7/10 shurikens and kunai, and the clan ones July 10th 10. Sasuke threw 10 out of 10 and raised his head and went to his place proudly. God, like some kind of dog. After him, Menma repeated everything and almost all the girls started scream. Irika, Yorichi Tsujakuni, the brunette walked out onto the platform and took the kunai. Menma, ha. Although you are a crammer in theory, in practice you are nothing. Yorichi, and this was said by the one who aimed for a long time and ate how he hit? It's strange, not that he is so much worse than a loser. And then who is your father? Menma, you. Irika, that's enough. Start throwing kunai. Yorichi took a pose holding the kunai in his hand, and began to walk away. Menma, I told you. That he is a loser. Irika, that's enough. Yorichi, let's throw the kunai. Yorichi, teacher. If you are so slow, I won't call you teacher anymore. Having said this, he pointed to the targets pierced through with kunai. Everyone was surprised by this. In the thoughts of the audience, the heads of the clan or the parents of the children are here. Who is he? An academy student throws like that. Even we didn't notice. Irika, hey Yorichi, you forgot the shurikens. After that, without looking at the target, he threw the shurikens in the other direction in a twisted form and hit the targets. This also hit everyone. After that, the sparring began. Menma, Irika-sensei, I want to fight with him, he said pointing at Yorichi. Irika agreed and began sparring. Irika, Yorichi's first fight against Menma. A blonde man stood in the ring and opposite him a brunette man in a mask whose appearance is unknown. Perhaps his face will show during the hentai part. The fight ended after it began. Yorichi hit Menma in the solar plexus with a sharp jerk. After the blow, the blonde flew to the walls of the academy and passed out. After that, the fights were cancelled and postponed until tomorrow, and Menma was taken to the hospital. And so the day at the academy ended. Yorichi's POV. After practice, 2 years have already passed. Finally, tomorrow I will leave these idiots. But after my show off, the heads of the clans were pestering me. Everyone was talking about me dating their daughters. Yes, I could with a few, because they treated me normally. But I just hate many. Stupid skins, after they found out how cool I am, they now started hitting on me. Yes, that's a plus. You're popular among the girls. But this is too much. I calmly walked along the streets of Konoha and felt the gaze of my group. They had nothing to do and my savior appeared in front of me. Raven, hello Yorichi, said the brunette in a raven mask. 2 of the stalkers recognized him as their brother. Yorichi, hello Raven. So, how are you? Raven, things are lousy. Yorichi, something serious? Raven, no. The Hokage is calling us. Yorichi, okay, and then we appear in the office. Those who heard the conversation, that is, the Hokage's children, went to the office. And a tired Kage was waiting for us. Yorichi and Raven, hello Hokage-sama, we both said. Raven sat down on one knee, and I didn't owe him anything. Minato, both of you and Shursui have been dismissed from the Umbu. After such words Itachi became stunned, and I was happy. Because I can become a mercenary and earn extra money. You become a jounin and the captain of a genin team. After that I got angry. Yorichi, Hokage-sama, please explain yourself, I said, releasing my ki, and the Hokage felt bad and almost fainted. And the fox was infuriated by his reaction. Minato, we just don't have enough good jounin. And you are the best of the Umbu squad. Yorichi, if we are the best, then the Umbu will collapse. Moreover, there are only weaklings there. Minato, I understand. But to protect the children from the higher society. Yorichi, I see, I have two demands. Minato, and what? Yorichi, first, we will choose the team ourselves. Otherwise, I don't want to take your son and Sasuke with us with the other left, and the second I will tell you after they become chunin. Itachi, why don't you want to take Sasuke and Menma? Yorichi, firstly, arrogant, secondly, they're stupid, thirdly, they're weaklings, he said, raising his fingers one by one. Itachi, I see, and then those who were watching me break out. Menma, stupid in what sense? Sasuke, and in what sense are they weaklings? Yorichi, you see, they are terrible shinobi. Just to eavesdrop on our secrets and break in. For this, I will kill you right here, he said, releasing his ki once again and approaching them, taking out his katana. Before reaching their goal, an older blonde man appeared in front of them. Minato, what are you doing? Yorichi, I told you that no one should hear my life as an Umbu, otherwise I will kill. Minato, I ask you to forgive them as Hokage, he said, bowing before him. The children were shocked by this, that the Kage would bow to some kid. After which Yorichi stopped, removing his ki. Yorichi, then we'll sign a contract stating that we agree. Minato, okay. The next day, the genin exam began at the academy. Those whom I taught or helped in some way passed 100%, but I did not pass at all. Since I passed the exam a long time ago. Many were surprised that I did not participate in the exam, including the heads of the clans, and they almost fell because I had been standing next to them all this time. Fugaku, Yorichi, what are you doing here? Yorichi, I look at the potential of those I trained. Hayashi, so it was you who taught our children. Otherwise I thought that they all became geniuses. Yorichi, many are geniuses, but no one teaches correctly. Everyone needs to be trained in their own way. After all, everyone is not alike. Each individual is an individual. Shikaku, thank you. Otherwise, I couldn't teach my son at all, even though he is a genius, he is a big lazy person. Yorichi, you're welcome. Someday they will help me with the battle. By the way, do you think that Menma really is the child of prophecy? Fugaku, I also doubt this. I think all this is the nonsense of some toads. Yorichi, some kind of toads. After that the fourth appeared and spoke about the prophecy. I see. But maybe it's not him. The prophecy doesn't say that the son of the Hokage will become him. Everyone was taken aback. Many wanted to marry their daughters with the son of the Hokage for a long time because of this. Hayashi, what are you talking about? Yorichi, it doesn't say gender, age, whether he's alive or not. Perhaps it's Mayumi or Miyuki from the description. Or the abandoned son of Hokage, it just finished off everyone. Minato didn't understand, how does he know everything? These thoughts were flying in my head. Fugaku, isn't that true, Minato? Minato, where? How do you know? Yorichi, the masked man told me. He said that he fought with you after the birth of the triplets and controlled the Kyuubi. And that you and your wife abandoned and hid about it. I saw this boy, he told me not to believe your story and that this world will end because he is a child of prophecy, he said, turning to them and activating his Mangyokyo. Fugaku became dumbfounded and asked. Fugaku, where did you get those eyes? He said, getting into a fighting position. Yorichi, I took it from that mask maker and he said, say hello to my sensei Minato and that he hates him because of his poor academic performance. And he gave me eyes so that I could transplant them into myself. Today, the genin teams were distributed. Everyone was in the class except Yorichi. Everyone thought it was strange, either he wasn't at the exam, or he's still not there. Teacher Irika comes into the class. Irika, and so children. Today you will be divided into teams. The teams were distributed according to the canon, only a few teams were changed or added. Team 7, Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Haruna, Yashiro Uchiha Teacher Kakashi Hataki. Team 11, Menma Namikaze, Ayumi Uzumaki, Satsuki Uchiha Teacher Kushina Uzumaki. Team 12 Due to the fact that the team was formed by 3 people, there will be a change in the team. Team Teo, Miyuki and Mayumi Namikaze, Mina Senju, Hanabi Hugo and Aritami, Daimyo's daughter, teachers, Itachi, Shursui Uchiha, Yorichi Tsujikuni. After Yorichi's name everyone was surprised. 15 minutes ago. Yorichi, yo Kakashi, I didn't know that you were fired too. And hello to everyone else. Kakashi, hello Yorichi, Itachi, Shursui. Yes, I was forced to leave too. Yorichi, what is the Hokage thinking when he fires the best of the Umbu? It's completely crazy. Kakashi, probably to protect the children of the clan heads. Yorichi, I think so too. Kurenai, who are you? Yorichi, you will find out later during or after the distribution. Then everyone went inside the class. Everyone was dressed in Jonin uniform but not Yorichi. Menma, hey you, why are you a teacher? You're not even a Jounin. Yorichi, I'm actually a Jounin. You yourself know that I served in the unit. Menma, why don't you have a Jounin vest? What didn't you get? He said, grinning. Yorichi, it's not convenient for me to wear this vest and I don't need protection. No one even hit me with an attack, not even your father with his god of thunder. And everyone will start avoiding me because of this mask. Having said this, the Umbu pulled out his mask. The Jounin who did not serve in the Umbu were in shock. In their thoughts, everyone thought, is it really him? So, I propose a test together at the 10th training ground. Everyone agreed. At the training ground. Yorichi, so. Your mission is to hit me with a technique at least once before 6 in the evening. Everyone participates. Even the mentors and I will not use techniques. Kakashi, Itachi, Shursui, I give up. Everyone was surprised by the behavior of the brunette's former comrades. Kushina, what are you thinking? Kakashi, it's useless. We couldn't even touch it ourselves. It's like it's not there, so be careful. Yorichi, so, they started, everyone jumped back and stood in a stance. Yorichi picked up a wooden katana and just stood there as if he wasn't paying attention to them. The first to go were Ino Shikacho's team. They had known Asuma for a long time and trained together the combinations of their ancestors. Chuji used meat tank, Shikamaru grabbed it with his shadow and began to control the trajectory of the ball, and Ino was preparing for her mind capture technique. Yorichi, too obvious attack. Having said this, he hit the ground, the stones rose into the sky and he hit the stones with his katana as if he were playing baseball. He did not hit the stones too much so as not to seriously injure them, but because of Asuma's weak and slow strike managed to protect his students. And they continued their attacks. Yorichi again wanted to attack them, but he felt several sources of flame from behind and he could not dodge. There's still a meter left before the collision. Yorichi, Moon Breath 5th style, Phantom Moon Destructive Whirlwind. Having said this, he destroyed all the attacks and threw everyone away with his whirlwind that appeared after several swings of the katana. This continued until 5:30 p.m. Everyone ate as they stood due to chakra depletion except for those who immediately gave up and the enemy himself. Yorichi, is that all? I only used the breathing style once and especially in vain. Ari, we can't defeat you sensei. We are too weak. Half, agree. Yorichi, I didn't even use 2% of what I know and strength. Everyone was stunned by such a statement. They used different combinations and techniques with seals, and the brunette didn't even break a sweat. I even felt sorry for you. I'm disappointed in all of you. Especially those who were called geniuses. Now, I am your sensei and I will mentor you all, even the jounins. From tomorrow, everyone except my team will improve their physical characters with Gai and increase their chakra reserves. My team will leave the village for 2 weeks including both of you, he pointed at the 2 older students. We'll be in high mountain forests with low temperatures and a reduced amount of air. I'll ask the Hokage's permission, and you all get ready. Ari's POV. Finally, we finished 2 weeks of training. Yorichi does not feel sorry for us at all. Every day the training became more and more dangerous, but we survived. We learned a lot, increased our chakra channels with a reserve for improved control, and we trained in fencing, constant control of breathing styles and physical. I'm glad that I was near Yorichi. Although he looks like he doesn't care about everyone, he helped us a lot. He said our level is somewhere around Chenin, and the Uchihas have an elite jounin. And the whole team and I tried tear off the mask during sparring or in his free time, but it's like he's reading what we want to do. It annoys me so much that I wanted to kill him, but it's not the time yet. If there's a mission for the village then I'll take off his mask and kiss him. This is not the time to be shy, you have to act otherwise others will take it away. I see that others from our group from the academy are staring at him, even the ice-cold Satsuki. But it's okay, I will be the first to take away his kiss, and his last name. And so thought everyone who loved the masked man. End POV. Yorichi sneezed on the way. Yorichi, does anyone remember me? He said and continued on his way to the residence. Hello Hokage-sama, he said. He saw a nervous blonde. Did something happen? Minato, and this is you. I give you a mission of rank B, help Team 11. On the way, they were attacked by 2 Nukenin from the village of Fog. They coped with them, but another attack is possible. You'll be leaving in half an hour. Everyone, hi, and they went to their homes to pack their things. Yorichi put on his Umbu Fox mask with a red sun on the left forehead. Black pants, a blood-red sweatshirt, a mesh t-shirt, fingerless gloves with a vest, a katana on his belt the same color as the sun in the mask and went to the meeting place. Mayumi and Miyuki looked like, wearing a sweatshirt without a zipper, short black shorts, shinobi sandals and bangs. Miyuki is dressed in white, and Mayumi in black, like yin and yang. The twins have a blue katana on their belts. Itachi and Shisuyu are dressed as usual, only with a black katana on their belt. Everyone moved out at high speed, which the gate guards did not see. They reached Team 11 in 2 hours. Itachi, hello everyone, he said as he appeared with the team. Kushina, oh, Team Taiyu. You have been sent to help. Menma, why do we need help? We were already coping well, but we can handle the swordsman ourselves since you killed one. Yorichi, okay. Then we'll leave. Let's tell the Hokage that his son can handle it on his own. Kushina, wait. Why are you listening to this mediocrity? He himself doesn't understand what he's saying. He grew up with us so stupid. Yorichi, why didn't you return to the village? Kushina, we can't leave this village. It's all Gato's fault. Yorichi, oh, interesting. A swordsman from the Fog and Gato with a gang. You can make some good money. Kushina, you only care about money? Yorichi, no. I want to change the world. Your Konoha is rotten. Even you yourself. You know why, too. Kushina, what are you talking about? Yorichi, in the alley, drunk people who beat children are trying to rape little girls and girls, the economy is terrible, the council, the root, and you are with the Hokage. Minato is not worthy of this title. I know about Naruto. Kushina, where from? She said in complete shock. Ayumi, who is Naruto? Yorichi, your abandoned brother, in whom the nine-tailed fox. Your parents abandoned him. I think that he is a child of prophecy. You have condemned this world to destruction. I was told by the one who is to blame for the attack on October 10th. And it was from him. He said this showed the Mangyokyo, I have these eyes. Everyone was in shock. From the fact that he was hiding the Sharingan, and also the Mangyokyo and the fact that they had taken root with him like family. Kushina, you're right. We are terrible people. We raised a blockhead, abandoned our son because of hatred, she said in tears. Kurama, she's a malingerer. She should be promoted to an actor. Yorichi, I know myself. In real life. Yorichi, fake. You have no compassion at all. Having said this, he walked on. Let's go quickly, otherwise my eyes are hurting from this horror, and everyone followed him except Kushina and Menma. They stood and thought about their own, then went after them. Ayumi, Yorichi, have you seen my brother? Yorichi, yes, I saw it, but what? Ayumi, do you think he will return to the family? Yorichi, no. He might even destroy your family in exchange for saving this world. Ayumi, what did you take? Yorichi, from what he himself told me, but he probably won't touch you. Ayumi, really? Although I feel sorry for him. He probably saw a lot, she said, lowering her head. Will I be able to see him? Yorichi, perhaps. He will show himself. It's not time yet. So another 2 hours passed. Everyone was chatting. And Yorichi shouted. Yorichi, lie down. Everyone lay down except Yorichi. A huge sword flew over their heads. There was a meter left before Yorichi, but with a quick movement he grabbed one of the 7 swords from the fog. Zabuza, and you are not bad for your age. Wait, no, this can't be. Fox mask, katana. Everything matches, you are the one who killed 3 swordsmen of the fog in a minute. The bloody demon of Konoha, the one who leaves behind a bloody trail. Yorichi, since you know about me, then surrender, then I won't kill you and your partner. Zabuza, I give up. I can't win you, even with the help of Haku. Haku, come out, and a girl or a guy stood next to him, no one understood. Because of his face. He had a face like some kind of beauty. Yorichi understood by Adam's apple that he's a guy. Yorichi, I suggest sparring. Both of you are against my students. Zabuza. I agree, and Yorichi gave him the sword and said. Yorichi, Zabuza and Haku against Miyuki, Mayumi and Ari. Let's start. The girls quickly closed the distance and began to attack. Haku defended himself and Zabuzu, then he locked the girls in the bath. The girls were wondering what to do when suddenly they saw several silhouettes of Haku who was throwing Senbon. But the prisoners did not hesitate. Ari, breath of the flower, second style, spirit of the plum, after which she reflected all the needles. Mayumi, breath of the wind, fourth style, rising sandstorm. Miyuki, breath of water, eighth style, waterfall stream. After they broke all the mirrors, Haku lost half of his chakra to the dome. Zabuza, Ninpo ninja in the fog. After that, fog appeared all over the field, which makes it impossible to see what is there. The girls learned to fight without eyes. They heard the cuts in the air well and counterattacked. They got tired of all this and began their attack. Miyuki. Mayumi, breath of the wind fifth style, blizzard, after the fog cleared. Ari, breath of the flower fifth style, peonies of emptiness. Having said this, she headed towards Zabuza. The swordsman defended himself with his sword. After Ari's attack, the sword was completely broken. Only the tip remained. Zabuza jumped back with Haku into the water and the battle above the water began. Zabuza, element of water, water dragon, he said with a seal. Miyuki, water breath is a modification of the second style, horizontal water ring, as if she took control of the dragon and directed it at the 2 opponents. Yorichi, the girls won. After the battle, they continued on their way. The 2 Nukenin from the fog were ashamed of losing. Many thought, it's not like he taught them, if so, then it's clear why we lost. When they arrived at the architect's house, Yorichi called his students and 2 Nukenins into the depths of the forest. Yorichi, I called you on business. Zabuza, what's up? Yorichi, I invite you to join my clan, Tsujakuni. Itachi, Tsujakuni? We haven't heard of this clan. Yorichi, yes. The clan is not official yet, but there are strong people who master the breathing style. Shursui, and who is in this clan? Yorichi, the time will come and you will find out who it is. So far, only you from Konoha have offered to join the clan, so no one knows about this clan. Now your answers. Zabuza and Haku got down on one knee. We agree. After their action, the others repeated after him and also agreed. Yorichi, what are you doing? Get up, and everyone stood up. After that, they discussed a lot of things and practiced their breathing style, and the girls walked away, saw Satsuki and Ayumi, and then they followed them. Ari, you love Yorichi, right? She said after the twins blushed. Miyuki and Mayumi, why yes. What? Ari, I propose an alliance. If there is a Tsujikuni clan, then the clan people should be sad because the clan is small. Miyuki, then we can marry Yorichi together. Ari, yes. From such words the followers looked at each other. Satsuki, what kind of clan? This is the first time I've heard about this clan. Although Yorichi's last name is exactly the same. Ayumi, there is no such clan, even in the history of shinobi. I looked in the archives and there was not a single hint of this clan. Satsuki, it means that they are trying to create a clan. And how did they know about this? The brunette almost fell out of the tree while thinking, and the trio heard the sounds and prepared for battle. Ayumi, wait, it's us. Ari, what are you doing here? Satsuki, we just saw you and wanted to know how you train. Miyuki, you heard everything. Satsuki, yes. And what's all this talk about the clan? Ari, it's none of your business. If you want to know, ask others. We can't tell you about it. Ayumi, I see. Then let's go home or what? Afterwards everyone agreed and went home. Yorichi's POV. It's been the 5th day since we came here. My female team was very tired after training and intimate activities. Since yesterday, we began to guard the bridge. 2 Akatsuki members stood in front of us. Kisame and Tobi. They were probably hired to kill the bridge builder. Kisame and Tobi, hello sensei, they said and bowed in front of me. Yorichi, stop doing this every time. I told you that you have to bow to me during training. Tobi, excuse me. This is your team, the one-eyed man pointed to the team, who were completely shocked by their greeting. Yorichi, yes. Glad you're here on time. Zabuza, Haku, I shouted, and those I called appeared near me. Teach Zabuza the breathing of stone, and Haku the breathing of insects. Both of them, hi. Kushina, who are you Yorichi? Yorichi, it's none of your business. And it's none of Konoha's business. So if you tell anyone, I'll kill you, he said, releasing the last words. Kushina and the others, swallowing, agreed. Itachi, you talked about them when you offered us that. Yorichi, yes. And by the way, you too, teach Satsuki the same technique. I'll give you a month's rest, and you, Satsuki, try your best. Uchiha, hi, sensei. Ayumi, you can teach me this too. Yorichi, let me think, yes, only if you leave your family and abandon the Uzumaki clan. Kushina, you are absolutely. Do you even understand what you are offering her? Yorichi, I offer strength and more. What can you do to her? You gave birth to her and taught her what I learned in a month. Kushina, I will teach her the secret techniques of the Uzumaki clan. Yorichi, me too, he said, smiling although he couldn't see it in the mask. Ayumi, were you happy? Ayumi, yes. Although Menma was annoying, my parents treated me well. Yorichi, okay. I didn't expect this, but the offer is still valid. So now the order, kill Gato and his gang, then take the body and jewelry. If there are prisoners, release them and offer them help, then report everything to me, and you both with him. 4. Hi, and they disappeared. 2 days later. I sat in the hot springs to relax, but the old man who tried to spy on the girls did not give me peace. Yorichi, hey old man, stop looking at them, otherwise it will be bad for you. Old man, he said, shouting. Do you even know who I am? Yorichi, yes. Jiraiya is a toad sage, author of several books including the Arrow genre of pervert. Jiraiya, I'm not a pervert. I'm collecting material for a new book. Yorichi, why don't you ask someone yourself? You sit here, look at the girls with a lustful gaze and say things like that. Jiraiya, you speak as if it's easy. And by the way, who are you anyway? After his words, I showed the mask. It can't be. It's you, the bloody demon of Konoha. I thought you were a fiction. Yorichi, you yourself are an invention. Jiraiya, how old are you anyway? Yorichi, I'm the same age as the Hokage's son. By the way, you told me about the prophecy? Jiraiya, yes. What? Yorichi, and what does it say? After his words, Jiraiya spoke about the prophecy. Then I have candidates. Jiraiya, and who is this? Yorichi, 2 twins from the Namikaze clan. Miyuki and Mayumi. Jiraiya, wait. They're girls. Yorichi, and who rejected that there shouldn't be girls? I propose to meet tomorrow near the bridge under construction and Menma will also be there. Jiraiya, I see. Then at noon Yorichi left and Jiraiya stayed and looked at the girls. Itachi, Tazuna-san, do you know where Yorichi is? Tazuna, he went to the springs an hour ago, he's probably still there. Itachi, thank you, then he left. Then Satsuki passes and sees that Itachi is in a hurry somewhere and she followed him. Yorichi's POV. How convenient. I didn't have to look for so long for the one who divulged about the prophecy. Then I go out and see Itachi. Yorichi, do you need something? Itachi, yes. I wanted my family to join the clan with me. Yorichi, I don't mind. But will they agree? Itachi, I don't know. I'll ask them. They also wanted to leave this clan, but I'm not exactly sure about Satsuki and Sasuke. Yorichi, then we'll ask them. So what? Do you agree to join my clan? I said, looking toward Satsuki. Satsuki, you know my answer. Yorichi, okay. Then your first task, lead your team to the bridge at noon. Satsuki, why? Yorichi, you'll find out there. 1150 Bridge, Yorichi. Menma, why did you call the great me? Now you owe me. After his words, Kushina gave a tasty shapalak. Kushina, forgive him. So why did you call us? Yorichi, I'm on business. We will find out whether Menma the child is really the prophecy or Miyuki and Mayumi. Ayumi, and how? Yorichi, let him tell you, one of the legendary hermits, Jiraiya, comes out of the fog. Jiraiya, long time no see Kushina. Oh, I'll take a look Menma. Menma, who else are you? Jiraiya, I am the great hermit from Mount Mayaboku, Jiraiya himself, the author of many books and your godfather. Kushina, hello Jiraiya-san. Why did you come? Jiraiya, yes, it's just that the bloody fox and I met and he said to come here. I have to teach you 3 the summoning technique. Yorichi, and if they don't turn out, then the world will be bad. Or you need to find others who are similar to Jiraiya's story. Satsuki, and what is the use of the summoning technique? Jiraiya explains why and how to use the technique. After those 3 blondes use the technique and end up in different summoning worlds. Menma comes first. Jiraiya, have you signed the contract? Menma, yes. It was easy. Kushina, and who is this? Menma, dogs, and then everyone except Yorichi, he wasn't there, was disappointed that it wasn't him. Then both twins appeared. Jiraiya, who do you have? Miyuki, wolf. Mayumi, tiger. Jiraiya, no again. Maybe it should have been Naruto. Ayumi, do you know about Naruto? Jiraiya, yes. He died when he was born. During the attack of the 9 tails. Ayumi, but Yorichi said that he was alive, and everyone looked in the direction where the brunette was standing, but he was not there. A minute later, he appears in the smoke. In a white robe with golden designs of a dragon. A Ein sign was spinning in his eyes. Jiraiya, is it really you? Yorichi, yes, it's me, Naruto Tsujakuni, the abandoned son of the Hokage. A minute later he appears in the smoke. In a white robe with golden dragon designs. A Ein sign was spinning in his eyes. Jiraiya, is it really you? Yorichi, yes, it's me, Naruto Tsujakuni, the abandoned son of the Hokage. Everyone was in shock. Kushina stood in tears. Jiraiya was angry with his former student, he grimaced with disappointment, and the others just stood there. Menma, you? Ha ha ha. You are not the son of the Hokage. You are not like anyone. Neither your father nor your mother. Yorichi, thank God I'm not like those scum. Jiraiya, I knew that Minato was hiding something about his son. He lied to us. Kushina, forgive me, she tried to hug him, all in tears. Yorichi, okay, I'll forgive you, but you have to die, he said in a cold tone. Kushina, die? Menma, do you know what you're talking about? Yorichi, yes, I know. I died a long time ago. Now I am not Naruto, I am Yorichi. And you are not my parents, but my father is Yorichi Tsujakuni himself. Menma, ha. I'm the first to hear about him. You have the same name. Your father was probably weak and insignificant. Here Yorichi could not stand it and snapped his finger. Then Itachi appears in front of Menma and chops off both hands with a blade. Menma lay and screamed. Yorichi, don't insult my father. Didn't I say when we met? I can restore my hand, only you have to come on your knees and ask for forgiveness. Itachi, you couldn't have cut off his hands yourself? Yorichi, I didn't want to sully my blade on a mediocrity. Jiraiya, aren't you afraid that you will be appointed a Nuke-nin for this stunt? Yorichi, the Hokage will declare me a Nuke-nin. Don't make me laugh. What will this weakling do? He will tell his warriors to kill me and everyone will die. Once on a mission, he tried to kill me with ANBU. Like I'm too strong and I can be a spy. Afterwards I killed all the ANBU, but left the Hokage alive. Now he's my puppet. Kushina, you used a genjutsu. Yorichi, no. I made a contract. Now he owes me his life. Jiraiya, what will you do now? Will you leave this world to die or will you save it? Yorichi, I will tell everyone in Konoha my answer during the exam. Now send to the village, the mission is over. After arriving in the village. A week later. Yorichi's POV. A week has passed since the mission and I have nothing to do. There's a knock on the door. I open the door and Ayumi is standing in front of me. Ayumi, hello brother. Yorichi, oh, hello Ayumi, come in, and I let her into the house. She sat down on the sofa near the table, and I made tea. Ayumi, I was surprised that you are my brother. Yorichi, everyone would be surprised about who was dead after birth. Ayumi, yes hahaha, she said a little sadly. Yorichi, something happened, I said, and Ayumi grabbed my hand and pulled me onto the sofa, and she lay on me and looked into my eyes. Hey Ayumi, what are you doing? Ayumi, I don't want to be just brother and sister. Because of you, I have changed in a good way. When I first saw you, I fell in love and after your words I changed for the better. I loved you all this time. I walked openly in front of you, but you didn't even look greedily, other guys were just jealous of you. I want more. I want you. I want to become your wife, I want to call you dear and I want us to make a family together. And, she said, all in tears, then she begins to kiss me passionately, I answer her, she was delighted and began to continue. He took off my clothes and I kissed her starting from the neck and going lower, simultaneously undressing her and reaching her nipples. I kneaded and licked them, she moaned throughout the room from pleasure. She stood up and turned her back to me, and she took off my pants and she started my tool and I licked her tongue. We both came. After arriving in the village. If there is a hentai moment after this event. Team 11 arrived tired and somewhat shabby, except for Menma. Menma walked without arms. On the way, he pestered Yorichi a lot with a request to quickly order or threaten to restore his arm, but Yorichi refused. They reached the Hokage's office. Minato saw Menma who was standing without an arm and the girls who stood there were carrying shabby ones. Minato, what happened? Why is Menma without a hand? Said looking angrily at Yorichi. Yorichi, I got what I deserved, he said in a cold tone. Minato, in what way? Menma, he just cut off my hands. Father, you are the Hokage. Kill him and Itachi for cutting off my hand. Yorichi, he insulted my father and paid. Minato, I see, he said sadly. Menma, Dad, why don't you punish him? He hurt the child prophecy. Minato, because I'm much weaker than him, after the Menma stood up in shock. Menma, how is that? You're Hokage. Aren't Hokages the strongest people? He said in shock. Minato, when you just entered the academy, he beat me standing on the spot. And he probably said why I couldn't do it or his loved ones punish. Itachi, so he told the truth. You are a pathetic Hokage-sama. Minato, so what should we do now? The child of the prophecy is now without an arm. Menma, he said he could heal me. Minato, really? Then please heal his hands, otherwise he won't be able to save the world. Ayumi, should he? Minato, what are you talking about? After all, he is the child of the prophecy. Then Jiraiya appears. Jiraiya, you've been lying to everyone and me all this time. Minato, Jiraiya-sensei, what do you mean I lied to everyone? Jiraiya, Menma is not the child of the prophecy. Minato, how were you convinced? Miyuki, we checked. Mayumi, we used the reverse summoning technique. Miyuki, and he has a dog. Minato, then who? Jiraiya, where is Naruto? This question surprised Minato. Minato, he's dead. Jiraiya, and when did he die? He said, clenching his fist. Minato, when he was born, he said hesitantly. Jiraiya, don't lie to me, Minato. You are no longer my student. I know that he did not die after his birth. Minato, Yorichi, did you say everything? He said nervously. Kushina fell to her knees and sobbed. What happened? Kushina, Yorichi-on. He is Naruto. The yellow lightning became stunned again. Minato, son. Please forgive us. We were afraid of the demon inside you. Yorichi, demon? You are the demon. You were just so afraid of the child who held Kurama better than the former Jinchuriki. At least you would have come by the age of 2. Don't call me son. You are not my father, and I am no longer Naruto. We are all, here are the reports, he said, and the entire Team 12 with Satsuki and Ayumi disappeared like a shunshin. After a month passed. Many people from other villages began to come because of the event in the village. The Chunin exam. Team 12 and Satsuki and Ayumi trained a lot. During the rest, all 7 girls gathered in one place. Ari, I see that we weren't the only ones doing this with him. Hanabi, did you really do this with him too? Satsuki, and you are Ayumi. Ayumi, yes, she said blushing. Hanabi, so what are we going to do? Ari, let Yorichi be sad because he will create a clan and need a harem for rapid reproduction. And I propose that we come to him on shift, and everyone agreed. And then the one they were talking about appears. Yorichi, oh, you're all here. And what are we doing here? Ari, we're just discussing how we're going to train. Yorichi, okay. I came to tell you that you are participating in the Chunin exam. Everyone was happy. Ayumi, stoat. There are 7 of us and there should be 3 in a team. Yorichi, exactly. I invited several people to help with this, then 2 silhouettes stood next to him. Sai and Shin Tsujikuni, after they met there, etc., so teams. 1. Group Sai, Satsuki and Ayumi. 2. Shin, Hanabi and Mina group. 3. Group Miyuki, Mayumi and Ari. A day later in the alley. One of the genin from other villages was holding the child by the collar. Team 7 saw this. Sasuke, hey, you losers, let him go, otherwise it will be bad. Sakura, yes. Show him Sasuke. Ha. The Konoha people are so weak now. You won't even do anything. Enough already, we have to move on, otherwise there will be problems. What other problems does Temari have? Enough Kankura, finish, we need to go, said someone in the tree, head down. Kankura, yes Gaara. Long time no see Gaara. Enough Kankura, finish, we need to go, said someone in the tree, head down. Kankura, yes Gaara. Long time no see Gaara. Gaara, hello Yorichi-san, he said, leaning forward a little. Kankura-san? Gaara, who is he said, letting go of the boy in surprise. Yorichi, there are a lot of ears here, he said, disappearing with the sand team to the training ground. Kankura, so who are you? Gaara, he is the head of the Tsujikuni Yorichi clan. Tsujikuni. Temari, Tsujikuni? Never heard of this clan. Yorichi, the clan exists. While the clan is not officially created, the time will come and this clan will be the strongest clan of times. The clan does not need special eyes to see chakra, you don't need huge amounts of chakra, just physical strength and proper breathing control. Temari, and what does that give? Yorichi, you are not students of a member of our clan and are not even a member of it, so we won't tell. Kankura, then why does Gaara know? Gaara, because I am Gaara Tsujikuni. A member of the Tsujikuni clan and the owner of the Breath Stone. Temari, well when? Yorichi, you've learned a lot and you can't know more. So now you're free, but it's not you Gaara, we need to talk, and they both left. Gaara, what did you want? Yorichi, they sent you away for a reason, right? Gaara, so you understand everything. Sorry for not reporting. Yorichi, it's okay, I just realized that there will be a battle. How's Shikaku doing? And the one-tailed one comes out of Gaara's seal. Shikaku, everything is fine. Thanks again for the seal. Otherwise, this seal hurt me. Yorichi, you're welcome. And by the way, we have new clan members. And almost all the harem of the clan and even have the daimyo's daughter. By the way, you will probably lead them in the exam, so test their strength. The team consists of 3 groups of 3 people. 2 from the route, the rest are from my team, so test their strength. Gaara, I understand, and they disappeared to different places. A week has passed. The first stage of the exam is over and more than half of the exam participants did not pass it. The second stage of the battle begins. Place, Forest of Death. Everyone entered the forest and went to look for teams to pass, and then the group of Ari and the twins met with the San team. Gaara, you are Yorichi-san's students. Ari, Sana? Are you from our clan? Gaara, yes. I was told to test you in battle. Kankura, check them. They're weaklings. Gaara, underestimate the students of the chapter. If you want to check, then go first. Miyuki, then I'll go first, and she stood up. Kankura, ha. Right now I'll show what puppeteers are capable of, after which he unsealed his doll with 4 arms and began using it to shoot several senbon with poison, which scattered in different directions and bounced off each other. Miyuki, water-breathing third style, fleeting stream dance. Having said this, she quickly began to reflect senbon as she approached the doll. And she cut the doll's chakra threads from the owner and put her katana to Kankura's throat. Miyuki, hey, where is your, they're weak. It's not like you're weaker. Kankura, sorry, he said in a cold sweat. Temari in her thoughts, she fought off all the senbon so easily and quickly and won. What kind of technique is this? Mayumi, now me. Gaara, Temari, go. Temari, yes, she took the fan and immediately opened the second moon. The blonde waved it, sending out a stream of cutting wind that destroyed all the trees in front. Mayumi, breath of the wind third style, trees swaying in the wind, she said, dispelling the wind. 7th style, unexpected gust of wind, after which Temari flew away with significant wounds and passed out. Gaara, Kankura, help Temari, I'm here myself. Kankura, okay. Ari, now me. Gaara, it's better for you to fight together. I also have the breathing style, and everyone took a stance. Gaara, it's better for you to fight together. I also have a breathing style, everyone stood in a stance. And then Team 7 runs near them, and a large snake is chasing them. Earth breath third style, volcanic reflection, after the snake breaks into several pieces. Ari, hey you. You are disturbing us. Quickly leave. Sakura, sorry for interrupting. It's just that some girl is chasing us. She's terribly strong. We couldn't do anything. After his words, Sasuke felt ashamed that he ran away. Satsuki, well, did you run away? I thought that Sasuke would stay. Miyuki, and you're here? Ayumi, yes. We came to the roar. And here we see you and a dead snake, although you can't even call it a snake. Sai, get ready, someone is coming towards us. Wow. Yes, there is a whole collection. 3 pairs of Sharingan, Biju, the daughter of the Hokage and Daimyo. Sai, Orochimaru is one of the 3 legendary Sannin. Orochimaru, so you guessed it. Sai, only you have a strong attachment to power. Orochimaru, I don't think so. You better give up now, otherwise it will be bad. Ayumi, I wouldn't say. Breath of an insect butterfly dance prank, she said, piercing the Sanina with a blade. Well, what about the supplements? Orochimaru, very interesting. How do you know this technique, he said, healing his wounds. Ayumi, what? Why are you moving? The blade was poisoned with sleeping pills. Orochimaru, it doesn't work for me. I used sleeping pills on myself many times and gained immunity. Satsuki, since then we have to kill you. Orochimaru, yes, you can. You are just children. Gaara, here's a test for you all, bring Orochimaru's head. Everyone else, hi. Orochimaru, 1 against 6. This is not correct. In my thoughts, I healed my wounds, but he didn't even try to kill. I dodged half the attacks, but still received such damage, after Orochimaru threw smoke, which rose to the top and pointed to the point of the fight. The Sound team and Kabuto's team came to the smoke. Kabuto, we are Orochimaru-sensei here. Did something happen? Afterwards, Kabuto sees the children standing against them. Orochimaru, they are strong, so be careful. Having said this, he wanted to leave, but that was not the case. Ari, Breath of the Flower 4th style, Scarlet Hanagoromo, after she chops Orochimaru's hands, but the Sannin is not so simple. His hands turned into snakes and pressed back. He is not so simple. After Arich calls the snake and disappears with the snake in the haze. Ayumi, he left. Gaara, you failed the task, so your check is not completed, and to kill the rest, the team kills everyone except Kabuto. He managed to escape almost the same way as the Sannin. Sakura, you are all monsters. How can you kill so easily? Gaara, it's not up to you to decide who the monster is. If you were in our place, they would have killed you right away. We are shinobi and this is how we live. Either get out of here or apologize, otherwise I will kill you, he said, squeezing them with sand. Sasuke, we're leaving. He didn't want to apologize because of his arrogance. Gaara, okay. Soon there will be a 3rd stage there and we'll see who becomes worthy. All teams took the scroll they needed from the Sound team and went to the tower. Meanwhile, at Yorichi's house. Yorichi, did something happen? Yes. Zetsu betrayed us. At Yorichi's house. Yorichi, did something happen? Yes. Zetsu betrayed us, Obito. Yorichi comes out of the shadows. I knew that he would betray. After all, he is Madara's will. Obito, exactly. Now what do we do? Yorichi, we need to protect the other Jinchuriki so that he doesn't release the Jubi into the world. And by the way, in a month everyone will be in Konoha. Obito, I understand. Having said this, he disappeared. The qualifying stage is all Yorichi's students. The fight will be interesting. The 3rd stage of the exam. All the Kages from other villages and the daimyo himself came to Konoha. Hei was upset that no one from his village passed the 3rd stage like the others. Ari vs Ayumi. Breath of insects vs flower. Daughter of the daimyo and daughter of the Hokage. Both started with taijutsu and were on equal terms. Afterwards, in the elements. Ayumi, futon vacuum bullets, then the redhead released compressed air from her mouth like bullets. Ari, doton wall of mud, the technique hit the wall and was not successful. Why are we fighting with techniques? A battle with blades is better. Ayumi, I agree. Then they stopped. They picked up blades and began a battle in the possession of breath. Centipede dance, writhing centipede. After that the ground began to crumble. Ari, 2nd style, spirit of plum. She attacks from all sides. I ate how I dodge and repel attacks. I need to push, 1st style cutting petal. She hit vertically but Ayumi managed to dodge. Ayumi, butterfly dance, prank. Ari, 4th style, Scarlet Hanagoromo, and so 10 minutes passed. The the battle was going on so quickly that almost everyone did not see what was happening there. Both are standing tired because they hit with all their strength but nothing worked. Ari didn't have one scratch after all. She tried to keep the sleeping pills from getting into her body. You can't say that about Ayumi. She ate like she was on her feet, covered in scratches, and after 10 seconds she served. Examiner, winner Ari. The daimyo was glad that her daughter had become stronger and better, and the Hokage was surprised. After all, her daughter has a breathing technique. Daimyo, Hokage. This fox taught her well, I'm glad of that. Hey, yes. They are very strong and fast. I wish we had those too. Yorichi, hello everyone. Oanoki, Hokage, don't you teach your subordinates respect at all? Yorichi, who else are you? Hey, like who? We are Kage from other villages, puppy. Yorichi, who are you calling a puppy? At least you know who I am, he said as he prepared to pull out his katana. May, isn't that you? Bloody fox. Race, bloody fox, the one who left behind bloody trails. Is this really Minato? Minato, yes. That's him. Daimyo, thank you Lise for teaching my daughter. I think that she is completely safe. And I'm thinking of letting her live here if she doesn't mind. Yorichi, I think she won't mind. Gaara's next fight is against Shin. Gaara started the fight from the sand, but did not want to pull the tire and used the breathing style. Shin, breath of thunder, second style, ball lightning. The sand that flew towards Shin dissipated and cracks appeared near Shin. Breath of thunder, first style, lightning thunderclap, divine speed. Shin began to approach Gaara at high speed, making a path of cracks on the ground and leaving a lightning flash. Gaara, breath of stone, first style, writhing hydra. Gaara attacked at the same speed as Shin. A spiked ball flew in front of Shin, and an axe flew from the side. Shin, third style, mosquitoes gathering for the roar of thunder. After the attack of the sandstone was repulsed. Element of earth, multiple earthen podium, pillars of stone began to emerge from the ground, and it was as if he was in a forest. Breath of thunder, first style, lightning fast thunderclap, 8 bends. Shin began to bounce off each pillar and break them all at a fast speed. Earth coffin, all the stone pillars began to fall on him. Gaara, fifth style, stone wheel of justice, he said, and began to destroy all the stones that fell on him. Shin was tired because he not only used thunder techniques, which needed physical strength, but also chakra to create pillars. Gaara was not very tired, but he, like Shin, slowed down the rate of breathing. Gaara raised his hand pointing at Shin, sandy coffin. Sheena began to envelop him in sand and press. He felt severe pain because of this. He passed out due to the pain threshold. Examiner, winner Gaara of the sand. Hey, Kazekage, your son is not bad either. This battle took place so quickly that it was noticeable. And because of the dust that rose after powerful attacks. May, who trained them? Race, I don't know myself. Because of the Kage's affairs, I don't have time for my family. I even tried to kill him several times to make him angry. Daimyo, why all this? Race, to see if he can stand it or not. After all, he is a Jinchuriki of the One Tail. One day. Flashback. Yashimaru, I want to say before I die that my sister did not love you. Gaara began to cry and get angry. He began to run and the bodies began to be enveloped in sand. He began to turn into a one-tailed creature. But someone passes in front of him. Gaara began to cry and get angry. He began to run, and his bodies began to be enveloped in sand. He turned into one-tailed. But he passes in front of him. A guy his age, dressed all in red with a mask on his face and a katana on his belt. Gaara, go away. Otherwise it will be bad. Why should I run? Gaara, after all, I'm a demon and everyone hates me, even my own mother. Why do you think that she doesn't love you? Gaara, because I was told. If so, why are you standing here? Gaara, what are you talking about? If you weren't loved then you shouldn't have existed at all. She loved you even when you were in your mother's womb. She hoped that you would keep the one-tailed one. Gaara, but my uncle told me that my mother doesn't love me. How do you know? Maybe they lied to you. Gaara, why? He said, stopping turning into Shikaku. They are testing you. Can you withstand the tailed beast? You must be strong and calm in spirit. I will help you. After all, I am the same as you. Gaara, what are you talking about? They hate me too because of this. I left my village and go looking for people like you. To help them make friends with the demon inside and teach them what is more dangerous than a technician. Shinobi, where is he? Find him immediately. Well, do you agree? Then the guy gave him his hand. End flashback. Ras, after we didn't see him for half a year. When he returned, he behaved unusually. As if nothing was bothering him and made him angry. As if he had been replaced. The moment of the conversation with Yorichi, Ras was not aware. He only knows that Gaara was taken away. Anoki, it's strange that this also happened to our Jinchuriki. We also had such problems, but the tailed ones did not struggle in vain. It's clear from Bai, he has been friends with the Bijou for a long time. Mei, speaking of children. Hokage, why doesn't your son participate in the exam? We would like to see how the child of prophecy fights. Minato, due to some problems, he is not participating. Mei, and which ones? Yorichi, he has no hands. Mei, in what way? Yorichi, I cut off his hand, or rather, I ordered his hand to be cut off. Anoki, isn't that a problem? He has to protect this world. Yorichi, but he is not a savior. Daimyo, I see. And we gave such hope that the son of the fourth would be the one who would save the world. The next fight is Miyuki versus Mayumi. Both came out with wooden swords. Hey, this is a Chunin exam, not a Genin exam. Why do they need wooden swords? Yorichi, in the hands of a breath-style owner, even wooden swords can be dangerous weapons. Mayumi, we are against each other, sister. Miyuki, yes. Let's show what we are capable of. The battle began. Mayumi, breath of the wind, first style, sand whirlwind strike, after which she began to approach her sister at high speed, leaving a whirlwind behind her. Upon contact with Miyuki, they crossed their blades. A shock wave began to emerge from the center where they stood. The other Kage were surprised. Miyuki, water breath fourth form, wave strike. Miyuki tried to hit her legs. But the first sister jumped up doing a somersault. Mayumi, breathing fifth style, blizzard, she began to attack with circular attacks. Miyuki, water breathing seventh form, piercing strike of wave drops, pierced the attack where two blades collided and broke. Miyuki and Mayumi, we give up. Examiner, are you sure? After that, none of you will pass to the next stage, both sisters agreed, and the examiner declared a draw. Hey, why did they stop? After all, the battle was interesting. Yorichi, they just don't want to harm each other. Suddenly one of the police bursts into the room. Uchiha, Hokage-sama. Your son and several Uchihas have disappeared. Uchiha, Hokage-sama. Your son and several Uchihas disappeared. Minato, how did they disappear? Where are the police looking? Uchiha, they were not visible near the gate, and the chakra was last felt where they disappeared and was discovered. And then the Kazekage tried to kill the Uchiha, but his hand was grabbed by Yorichi. Yorichi, hey Orochimaru, I thought that you would sit quietly and leave. Afterwards, the Tsuchikage wanted to attack Yorichi from behind, but when he approached him, his head had already fallen. And Orochimaru moved away from them. Orochimaru, now it's my turn. And he calls 5 coffins. And in the coffins was written the first, second, third, fourth, third. And from them comes the first and second Hokage, the third and fourth Kazekage, the third Mizukage. Everyone was surprised except Yorichi. Hashirama, what are we doing here, brother and the other Kages? Race, we were resurrected. Tobirama, only a few people could use unholy resurrection, here a kunai with a seal is pierced from behind them. Orochimaru. I knew that you had to be killed then. But the third did not listen. Orochimaru, what a pity. But it's okay, I came here to destroy the village because they expelled me. And you will help me with this, he said, controlling the Kage and sent them to battle with other Kage. The resurrected Kage dominated the living, even though they were half weaker. When the living Kages were pinned down, Minato thought of using the technique of summoning the god of death. He began to make seals, but then the air began to vibrate. Yorichi, breath of thunder, he created a good adama and made a katana out of it. Standing in a pose, he said, "Seventh style, burning god of thunder." Everyone saw lightning like a yellow dragon with black stripes. The Kage's bodies turned into splinters, only their heads remained. "Are safe. I'll seal you later, but you're just pathetic, go immediately and help others." Reikage, "You are not my order." Yorichi, "Okay, if you want, I'll kill you too. You're just weak. You've all been pushed into a corner. So leave immediately." After that, all the Kages leave. "Now you need to be sealed." Tobrama, "It was so fast. It was like you used the seal of the thunder god." Yorichi, "It's strange to communicate with heads." Hashirama, "What about Orochimaru, he'll run away." Yorick, "He left a long time ago." Tobrama, "This is bad, now what to do?" Yorichi, "Well, we'll have to remove his corpse." Hashirama, "What? Didn't he leave?" Yorichi, "He left this life. If he doesn't resurrect like you. Okay, now we'll seal you. And you also don't mind if I resurrect you at the right moment." Tobrama, "What are you talking about?" Yorichi, "You don't know about the prophecy yet. Soon there will be a fourth shinobi world war, or it won't even happen. Even soon there will be an end to humanity." Hashirama, "How do you know?" Yorichi, "My call told me that the one who will destroy this world will come out of the cage, because of this I will leave your heads. But you will be reborn in a living form." All, "We agree." Race, "Well, at least I'll see Gaara and tell the whole truth about her mother." Yorichi, "He's known for a long time." Then a single tear comes from Raza's eyes. All the Kage's heads began to be covered with paper and black pictograms, and in the middle there was red paper with the inscription, "Seal." A week later, the entire Minato village gathered near the Hokage residence. Last week there was an attack from other villages during the exam. Since the genin did not sit still, but helped in defense. For this, those who participated in the third round received the rank of Chunin. And today an announcement from a new clan that was in the shadows, the head of the Tsujikuni clan passes near the fourth. Yorichi, "Hello, residents of the village hidden in the leaves. I am the head of the Tsujikuni clan, the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails. I declare that Tsujikuni clan is now coming into the light. I chose people and taught them breathing techniques. I asked them to leave this crowd," after which the girls immediately approached Yorichi, after Kakashi, Itachi and his parents, Shursui, Asuma. "Well, we finally came to the light. Yes, I'm tired of playing hide and seek." Kakashi, "You." "Well, we finally came to the light. Yes, I'm tired of playing hide and seek." Kakashi, "You." Obito, "Rin, you are alive." Obito, "Hello Kakashi, long time no see." Rin, "Yes. The former team number 7 is back in full force." Kakashi, "How did you survive?" Obito, "I survived because I was saved, and Rin was resurrected by our leader." "Hey, Akatsuki." Having said this, the Reikage tried to hit one member of the criminal organization. Before he could hit, he flew back to the rest of the Kage. Yorichi, "I don't advise you to fight with them. They are trained in the breathing style." "Hey, so you are the leader of this organization?" Yorichi, "No. It was someone else. And I just trained them. After all, I promised them power. By the way, how is Nagato doing?" Obito, "He's fine. We transplanted his eyes and the chakra you shared is restoring his body." Yorichi, "Okay. Take the money and start building houses." Obito, "Hi. But first, can we take a walk, otherwise we haven't been here for so long. We want to communicate with old friends." Yorichi, "I have permission. And by the way, fourth, you have been relieved of your position as Hokage." Everyone was surprised. Minato, "Why?" he said in a state of shock. Yorichi, you are too weak. After the appearance of the fourth, the death rate of shinobi in missions increased, younger generations participated in this exam and 1/3 died. Orochimaru infiltrated the village. One day you lost the village's weapon. The economy began to collapse, violence and poverty in the village increased. For these problems you are suspended. You are the only Kage who has been suspended. In a week it will be decided who will become the next Hokage. So everyone is free. Everyone began to disperse vigorously discussing different things. Gaara, you will have to return to your village. You need to become the next Kazekage. You are the only powerful Kage in the land of wind. Gaara, hi. After Gaara and his team went to the village. Hey, I'm not going to cooperate with you if you become Hokage. Yorichi, I don't need your help. If you are going to fight, I will accept your challenge. Hey, the fourth was removed due to mortality, and because of you, mortality will increase due to the war. Yorichi, who said that my village will go? I'm not going to sacrifice my village. I will be enough to destroy your village. And I will name your village in honor of me, Bloody Clouds. Hey, oh, he didn't have time to approach when his brother blocked his way. Bye, bro, it's better not to fight with him. He could have knocked you out so easily or even worse. Hey, B, why are you clearing it? Hey, B, why are you clearing it? Bye, I can't go against someone who could everyone off, no. Against our leader, even all the Kages cannot compare with him, not to mention the tailed ones. Hey, heads. What are you talking about, B? Bye, my name is the eight-tailed killer by B Tsujikuni. The owner of the snake breathing technique and the creator of the improved snake breathing technique. Ouroboros breathing. He uses 8 blades for this technique. So if you go against the head, then you first need to defeat me. Hey, bye, don't be stupid. You're going against your Kage. Do you understand that? Bye, I am going against you to protect our village. The leader is not the one who is better to fight with conventional techniques. You cannot even touch a finger in a real battle. You can be killed in an instant, and the village can be destroyed in half a minute. Me, by matter of talking. Hey, what are you doing here? You should stay in the village. Me, I'm not going to listen to a weakling. Since Tsujikuni came out into the world, then I decided to leave the village. Hey, what are you talking about? You are the weapon of the village, you can't leave us. After all, you grew up in a cloud. Me, and that I grew up, I was hated since childhood. If it weren't for the head, I could have been killed or even worse. Even though I was friends with Matatabi, everyone still despised me because I was a Jinchuriki. If I need to serve someone, then I will serve Yorichi-san. And not behind you. Hey, if you say so, then you will have to leave the tailed one. Yorichi, you're going to start a fight here. If your hands are itching, I'll cut it off. Hey, oh, you. Okay, I'll leave you for today. And don't think that I won't come for you. Let's go, B. Bye, sorry about my bro. He's always like this. So I'm sorry in his place. Yorichi, nothing. If it comes to a fight, you will deal with him yourself. Bye, hey. The border between fire and lightning. Hey, B, go without me with the others. I have to meet someone. Bye, got you bro. Everyone is following me. After Bai left, appeared near the wreckage. Hey, is there something you wanted to talk about? Yes. I'm thinking of killing one candidate for the post of Hokage. Hey, can't you do it yourself? You're stronger than me. No. I gather people to oppose him. A. B said that even all the Kages cannot defeat him. He didn't defeat all the Kage of this generation. Hey, what are you hinting at? We can resurrect the former Kage and defeat him. I have someone who can summon them, but we need to find him first. 4 years later. Tsunade, what? Several graves were opened. The sealed Kages have disappeared, as if someone wants to use them for resurrection. Tsunade, who could have stolen all this? After Orochimaru's attack, we searched for all the secret entrances to the village and sealed it, so who could arrange all this? Maybe someone from the village is helping the enemy troops. Tsunade, I understand all this myself. But we won't find them that easily. We will have to arrange a meeting. Call all clan heads. Tsunade-sama understands you. Clan meeting. Hayashi, so what are we all here for? Yorichi, I think because of the disappearance of the Kage heads or because of the graves. Tsunade, everything is as Yorichi-san said. How do you know all this? Yorichi, information came from the Kazekage. They have the same problems. I left them the bodies of their Kage, but they also have the same problem. Obita, it seems the Zetsu has begun to take effect. Hayashi, what are you talking about? Obita, the Fourth World War. He is trying to resurrect all the strong shinobi in history, for one and Madara. Everyone stood in shock. Yorichi, then we also need to act. Tsunade, I think we need to call a Kage meeting. Tsunade, great, then I will be accompanied by Obita and Yorichi-san. Obita, I don't mind. Yorichi, I agree. And we need to prepare the village for war. Everything turned black before Yorichi's eyes and he saw a crack. Drago, name of the dragon. Yes, I understand that I haven't written much about him, but he is like a summoned creature. It seems that a gap is opening between the worlds. You will need to be prepared for the consequences. Yorichi, got you. I have already prepared the blades. So everything else depends on us. Obita, did something happen, Yorichi-san? Yorichi, tell everyone the time is approaching. Obita, got you. Kage meeting. Mifune, I declare the opening of the Kage meeting open. Tsunade, in today's meeting we will discuss the beginning of the Fourth Shinobi World War. Hey, and where does the information come from? He said angrily, looking at Yorichi. Gaara, the bodies of the sealed Kage were unsealed and stolen from the hidden sand and leaf village. Kuratsuchi, and what do you want? She looked with anger at Yorichi. Tsunade, help from other hidden villages. Kuratsuchi, denied, I'm not going to lose my people because of your mistakes. And I will not help the village where the shinobi who killed the third lives. Hey, I will also refuse, but I can change my mind if you return the Jinchuriki to my country. Tsunade, denied. They are people too and they can decide for themselves where they want to live their lives, just like the tailed free entities. Hey, then why don't you let them go free? Gaara, we have good relations with them and we agreed that until the threat ends we will fight side by side. Yagura, Raikage, if we let them go, don't think about taking them by force, otherwise we will declare war against the village hidden in the cloud. The African American began to frown even more because of these. It's also Tsuchikage, your ancestor is to blame. Attacking Konoha without warning of war, Anoki himself shook the hand of death and passed away. You are too young to become a Kage. Kuratsuchi, it's not for you to tell Karadish, she said, shouting from above. Yagura, oh, you're not a Kage. After that everyone heard a cough. Mifune, so who is for the union and who is against? 3 for 2 against. If so then, he didn't have time to say when suddenly. Yorichi, stop. Are you sure you want to refuse? Otherwise, if you are attacked, then we will not be able to help and you need to fight off the enemy yourself. And you yourself know things are not very good for the stone. Without the tailed ones, fewer troops and no support at all. Hey, who said without support? If we combine our forces, we can resist. Yorichi, to whom? To the resurrected Kage. Well then, good luck surviving the war in your village. So, well, how does it get interesting here? After these words, half of the hall began to look for the source of the sound. Kuratsuchi, from the top. Even my presence was not needed to find out about World War IV. Since it's 3 against 2, we join in the fun. Hey, why is Zetsu taking so long? Then a strange creature, half white and half black, comes out of the ceiling. Zetsu, don't be so offended. I just went to take a leak, he said, throwing a kunai to Minato. Well, hello everyone, the former Kage said, appearing out of nowhere. Then those present took a stance and tried to attack, when suddenly. Yorichi, wait, what did you do to yourself fourth? Yorichi, what did you do to yourself fourth? Minato, what are you talking about? Scared because I became stronger? Gaara, what happened Yorichi-san? Yorichi, there's no time to explain now, we need to get out of here quickly. Sasuke, either you are with us or we will have to destroy and choose your village, he asked the question in a hurry. Kuratsuchi, oh, what are you talking about? Why do you need to rush? Yorichi, there's no time to explain. And he himself is to blame for the death of the third. Choose, either yes or no. After the words of the one whom the whole nation was afraid of, she decided. Kuratsuchi, you are right, we are shinobi and we must choose the right decision and I agree. After these words, the samurai and shinobi of the leaf, stone, sand and fog were moved to another place. Tsunade, what happened? Why are we in another congregation? Yorichi, a great war begins between two worlds. Kuratsuchi, two worlds? What are you talking about? Yorichi, there are several worlds invented by other higher beings. They created worlds for entertainment and interest, but for some reason a crack appeared between the two worlds from which the souls of the dead intersected the two worlds. The breathing style was created in another world where there is no chakra or technology. They had to fight demons that were almost impossible to kill. Only a precise strike from the Nechirin special blades could destroy the demon, or one could exploit their weakness, the sun, or special vegetation. And a crack appeared between our worlds. It's not just their souls and their quirks that are being pulled out through this crack. For example, me, I have a mark in the form of a sun on my forehead and I received the quirk of the creator of the blade technique. He could see all human organs, predict their movements and weaknesses. Not everyone had this skill. Those who were close to the owner could receive and pass on this skill. The disadvantage of this skill is that it shortens a person's longevity due to a weak body. But shinobi don't have this effect. All this is due to the fusion of my soul and Yorichi's. Also with Minato's soul. I felt a demonic aura in him. I could kill him, but there is no time. The story ends with this ending.